Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. Today I'm at O'Reilly's. It's time for another oil change. So, before my oil change, this is my third oil change. Really my sixth oil change, but every third oil change, it recommends the AI app. That's where I get all my good information. Buying the liquid Moly fuel injector. Check it out. In Colorado, you can see around, we were hit by a snow, plummeted with some snow. So yeah, the thing to understand about this, it recommends it every third oil change. The first two, it recommends the red line SI1 complete fuel injector, complete fuel system cleaner, and the liquid Moly fuel injector on the third one. But I recommend use the AI app, use ChatGPT or Elon Musk's new AI app, the Grok or whatever AI app you want to use, and find out what fuel injector is right for your vehicle. The little trick to put it in the fuel injector is you want to run it down to less than a half a tank, to around 1/4 of a tank, till it's almost empty. And then you want to put in the fuel injector right in where you put in your fuel. See what you can look at your vehicle manual and see what fuel injector it recommends, but the one for my vehicle is $200, so I'm not spending $200 on fuel injector every time. So that's too much for me, and so I looked up an alternative, an affordable, cheap alternative, and found this, and and also the what is it, red line SI1 complete fuel injector cleaner. So you want to use that, see what the app recommends for your vehicle. So yeah, you run it down to almost empty, 1/4 of a tank. Add this in right at the fuel pump, right before you put your fuel in. So you want to put your fuel in right after you add this, and you're definitely going to feel the difference. You fill it up and you see what fuel your vehicle recommends, because octane, different fuels, 87, 89, 91 octane. So my vehicle, it recommends no less than I think 87 is okay. 80, it recommends 89, no less than 89, but I put in 91 premium fuel because I don't mind spending a few extra bucks to burn less fuel, because when you put in premium 91 octane, you're burning less fuel because the pistons aren't working as hard. You're burning less fuel, so you're actually saving money in the long run. And you save money, you put it in the good fuel, you spend a few extra bucks, and your vehicle lives longer and it runs better. It cleans out, the 91 octane cleans out your fuel system, in addition to this fuel injector. So yeah, hopefully this helps. I think it will. And you put that in, you add the fuel injector, you run it, and you wait until it's almost empty, 1/4 of a tank. You add this, fill up your fuel tank with the right fuel. I recommend premium, and then run it 200 to 300 miles. You run it until it's less than half a tank to a half a tank or less, and that's what it recommends before you get the oil change. So in that order, it has to be a particular procedure, a particular protocol that it recommends. You wait till you run your engine until it's almost empty, 1/4 of a tank. You add the fuel injector at the fuel pump. You fill up your fuel tank with premium fuel, and then you drive it until 200 to 300 miles until it's almost empty again. You know, between a half a tank and 1/4 of a tank, 1/4 of a tank to a half a tank, and then you're ready for your oil change. So the next video is going to be about a oil supplement and cleaner that we're going to add to the oil system, to the oil tank, right before we get the oil change. So be looking out for that one. You know, get your fuel injector, do it the right way, and you're definitely going to feel the difference on the road. Peace. Yes, I'm here again at the Costco, ready to enter the fuel injector. So we get down to 1/4 of a tank, like it says, and next thing to do, you can see it better. Or is that better? Right there, 1/4 of a tank. And now, we're gonna pour this in like it recommends to Liqui Moly fuel injector, and then fill it up, and then drive it 200 to 300 miles, or back to 1/4 of a tank before we get the oil change. Then I will be filming and instructing through the whole process, so there's no more guessing games on how to make your vehicle last longer and save money by burning less fuel and less trips to the mechanic. So everyone should be thanking me. That's what I want. A lot of likes and thank yous on this video. Enter the whole can. So we're gonna put the whole thing in there. Make sure it's not in there real good. Okay, another good tip is to wipe around the fuel hole, wipe around the tank. Make sure it's clean. Wipe cap. Make sure the cap don't pop off. Here's another good tip. Put the cap back on. Right there. Make sure it clicks 3 times to make sure it's on secure. Yeah, make sure the cap clicks 3 times. It's on secure, nice and tight. It's probably time to go buy another fuel cap from the parts store. That's what I did. So, yeah. Alright. So we filled it up. My phone and I, as in my phone and I, premium fuel. We put it in the fuel injector, filled it up. First we wiped it. We wiped all around the hole. Inside the hole, we wiped the cap off. That's a good good habit to get into. And then filled it up with premium 91 octane. And I don't think you're really not supposed to use your phone at the gas pump due to static electricity warning. I don't know if they have them at these Costco gas stations, but I know I've seen that before. Maybe at Shell. I don't think the Costco gas pump has it, but the warning of not using the cell phone at the pump. Maybe it's safe to do it there and not safe to do it at Shell. But yeah, and then you so I might delete that part to the pump, the part I was part of that part so to set a good example. But anyway, yeah, it's full. Yeah, the gas tank is full. It's always a good day when the gas tank is full. And yeah, they wipe all around it. Now we put the fuel injector in, wipe all around the hole, wipe it all good, wipe the cap, the bottom, top. You might want to think about replacing your fuel cap. Get a new fuel cap. That way, no leaks. It might have leaks. Some air might get into it, and then it's not gonna operate properly. Your vehicle's not gonna run properly. And then, yeah, fill it up. What am I missing? Oh yeah, you put the cap back on and you let it click 3 times to make sure it's on there right. And now what we're gonna do is drive 200 to 300 miles and get it back down